Good afternoon, family. It's a hot one today. We're getting some good tastes of summer the last couple of days. I don't think it's quite as humid as what we can expect later on in the summer, but it's definitely warm. I think it's high 80s, maybe about 60-something% humidity. So it's not bad. It's decent. So I think I talked in the last video about how Ivory, our new livestock guardian dog, is unable to come to us right now because she had an injury, and her breeder wants to just make sure that she's tip-top shape before she comes to us. So we are not going to put the sheep out actually on pasture until we have somebody protecting them. I just worry we have coyotes here and we just don't know, how aggressive they're going to be, how close they're going to be. So I am tired of feeding them because they've been in this paddock next to the barn. We haven't been able, there's nothing for them. They've grazed it all down. So we've been just feeding them hay, and I'm kind of over it. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to move them into the paddock that's next to the brooder barn. It's also been, like I said, it's been pretty hot. So we want to get them somewhere where there's some shade, more shade. There's just not quite enough. So as you can see, there's quite a few trees all in here that I think is going to be perfect for them. So I've already got their trough set up right here, and I'm going to go ahead and pull this other gate around and just try and herd them into this section. Hopefully they'll be ready to go. They were already trying to kind of get out when I was moving things around, so I'm hoping that they'll have no problem just kind of running through. So we'll see how it goes. The chicks look pretty good this morning. They are a little bit dirtier, schmucky, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, than what we like them to be. We use the nipple waters on a PVC bar, and we really like it because then no shavings and crap get into the water. However, they tend to kind of make a mess because they drip. We normally get these little red cups that hang underneath the nipples, and it just catches any water, and then the chicks can drink out of that as well. But we haven't been able to find any. We finally found some on Amazon. There was some on eBay, but I'm always sketchy about buying stuff from eBay. So we found some on Amazon, but the shipping could be a month before we actually get them. So I may break down and go ahead and buy the ones on eBay just because they're just making a mess, and they're kind of schmucky. So, I don't like them to be, we like them to be, clean and super dry and all that kind of stuff. So we may end up going and getting the ones from, let me get that, hold on. The camera is dirty this morning. We may end up going and getting the ones from eBay just so we have them. But anyways, they still look fine. They're all active. We haven't lost any, since those first couple of days. So everybody's doing really great. And we're pretty happy with them. So I'm going to go fill up their water right now. And then one thing that I wanted to do, we've got this Aluma coop right here. This is the one that we had the guineas in, and we've actually let the guineas out to roam around, and because that's really what we wanted to do. So now we've got this coop just sitting here, and what I want to do is I have a garden bed in the front of the house, and I want to move this on top of that garden bed and put the chickens in it, our 6-layer chickens over here. I want to see how well they'll clean it up and kind of knock everything down and stuff, and then see if we can maybe plant some things in there. I think it needs some more soil and that kind of stuff, but if I can get the chickens to do some work on it, that would be awesome. So we're gonna move that, and I've been wanting to try and put these on the quad and see if I can get them to move using the quad, but I'm not sure if it's gonna work. So I'm gonna give that a try after I do the water, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. Okay, so while I was filling the chicken water, I just tidied up in here. It was making me crazy. I'm one of those people where when things are kind of crazy, we've got a lot to do, and I don't like it when things are crazy, when things are messy, untidy. It really helps me to focus better when things are tidied up, trash picked up, at least everything's stacked in certain places. So, we know where all the tools are, all the wood is together, just stuff like that. And it only took me just a few minutes to do it. And now it's done. And even when these guys are in here working, it's not going to be too crazy. Obviously, we've still got all these boxes. This is all of the supplies, the hardware and feeders and everything for the rest of the chicken coops, the Illuma coops that we got. So we just put everything in here so it's safe before we, get ready to build them. So we've got those, and there's nothing I can do about it. They're there. So hopefully they're putting the meter and the box is going to be on this wall. So hopefully it'll be fine, and this stuff won't be in their way. If it is, then we'll move it, but I'm not moving it until they tell me I have to. Anyways, so I just got this a little bit more tidy. You can see this is all trash right here. Obviously, these are tools and stuff that we're working on, but it's just a little bit better. So I went to put these new feeders that we got yesterday into the brooder, sometimes. And there's Simmy. Hi, Simmy. Kitty. The bases that they gave us are not the right bases for these tops. So we've got to go back to Tractor Supply and get that fixed because they're not the right ones. And what's funny? I counted them to make sure that they gave me the right amount because sometimes they stick together or whatever. Counted them, but I didn't try them, and I should have known. Yeah, so now we've got to go back to Tractor Supply and get new bases before we can use the feeders. But we're trying out some of the metal feeders. We've never used them before. We've just always used the plastic ones, but we're going to give a shot to the metal feeders. They're just a couple of dollars more. So if they last longer and we like them, then we'll probably switch to all metal feeders in at least the chicken tractors. But anyways, we're going to give those a try, and then we'll get these replaced and just kind of go from there. Pigs are good. We always count to make sure. We did have a little situation the other day. One of the pigs was missing for I don't know, maybe a day and a half. Came driving in the driveway, and he came walking up the driveway to greet us, and we got him back in. So we have all 14 pigs, so that's good. But water's working, feeder's full now. They are happy pigs, so we are good. So the goat paddock is the hardest to move because we are working through all of this kind of dense brush and stuff. It really takes a lot of work. So that's why I only move them about once a week, if possible. Where the cows and the sheep, it's just the next square. Same with the pigs. But the goats, we really got to work out. We got to mow a line through it. So it's just kind of a pain in the butt. So we're going to get that done today. And then we'll probably end up moving the cows tomorrow. I think this is going to take a good part of the day, and it's supposed to rain a little bit. So we want to get this done before the rain comes. So let's get this taken down. I've already pulled all the posts. I just got to reel in the lines, and then we reset them. Okay, well, don't mess with it, all right? You don't know what it is. Oh, I saw that butterfly. What?
Do you have a pocket?
I do. What do you want me to put in my pocket?
This?
I don't want that. Thank you. You know what that is?
What?
It's a baby apple.
Is it kind of when it gets red?
Yes.
Is it red?
Yeah, but that one won't grow because it fell off of the tree.
What tree?
One of the apple tree that's back there.
What's that? What's that one?
Hmm?
Which one? Where's Daddy?
Mowing.
Apple? Down in the grass? Oh, it's starting to fall down. Do you see?
Oh, baby.
Did that start to fall down?
What?
This apple. Show me. What's that? Why are you doing the teacup for?
Because I need to get this tea post out.
Why?
Why?
Mm-hmm.
Look.
What? Do you think that ladybug grabbed this apple?
No.
It's on you. It's on you. Just show me what apple tree it is on.
In a second, Ella. Mommy's doing something right now. Pickle.
Seven.
Okay, scooch over.
Here. Good apple. She likes apples.
Mm-hmm. You think so?
Daddy?
Possibly. Hi, baby. So I got Osu's cage in, and I got the perimeter line basically set up. You can see the posts, and I have the corner posts in. What I use is, I don't think I have any with me. Nope, they're just like a metal post, a small metal post, and you just hammer them in. I was using T-posts on the corner post, and I just really got tired of having to take out all 4 of those T-posts. So we got some of these just little metal ones. They're like rebar with a little triangle on them, and they work just great. So now I'm gonna run the reels and then kind of just tighten everything up and get the trough in here. I'm like 10 feet short on the trough. So we're gonna try and run this while I'm walking with you guys. I'm probably gonna fall down because it's a little dicey going through here. So what we're doing is just basically walking down the hillside with the string. You can see, whoop, the string here. So I'm gonna walk down this hillside, try not to fall. I drove the quad through here. Ryan had started to mow it with the string trimmer, but yeah, that didn't work. And it's a little dicey to get the tractor or the zero turn down here. So I drove the quad down here just to kind of tromp it down a bit, and it helped, at least gives me some place to walk. So now we are at the corner, and I am going to zip tie this post and then run the string around it. So we just ran the string through. So now I just keep walking to the other post. God knows how much poison ivy I'm walking through. I'm trying not to touch anything. Definitely not going to touch my clothes when we get home, or when we get done. I'll have to put some gloves on before I take my clothes off and get them right into the washing machine. But I haven't quite learned how to recognize poison ivy yet. So I look at it and then I think, okay, I got it. And then when I get out here, I'm like, I don't know, is that it? All right, another post, another zip tie. Okay, here we go. Now we're actually heading back up the hill. So I'm just following the lines here. I've still got my wire and my zip ties. I'm just gonna, this part I did not drive the quad through, so it's a little thick. I'm also gonna have to check for ticks when we get back. I told you I was gonna fall. You get the real experience here of this. So the electricians are still working on the barn. They're probably wondering what the heck I'm doing out here, but I'll share some footage of that. All right, so I'm actually gonna run across here like this. This is where this one is gonna go, and I'm gonna zip tie it. All right, that's the last one. Now I am heading back, and of course I parked the quad like right in the way, like an idiot, so I gotta go around it. Okay, so that is done, and then I just attach it to, it's hard to do one-handed, to that. First reel is done. Now we move on to the second one. Okay, they're in. And as usual, I did not get any video of putting them in because it's just literally a madhouse, but everybody's in. They are already happily munching away. It's their favorite thing is a new paddock. So anyways, I'm gonna go check on the electricians, and then it's time for me to be done. It's the 3:30 cutoff. I need to go in and get some housework done before the girls wake up and get going, and it's time to prepare dinner. So thanks for hanging out with us today on our farm adventures, just sort of everyday happenings. So thanks again for hanging out, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye. So I just got in to change when the electricians text me that they were heading out. So I just came out here real quick to pay them and just kind of like check out what they have done. So I am so excited. They've got outlets. We've got boxes, light switch, the light switch control, where are they? Up there, 2, 3, and then they're gonna put 3 more on the other side of the barn, on this side of the barn, same places. So I'm stoked. Like, this is gonna be so nice to have this power out here, so nice to have this electrical. Right now we are literally running these heat lamps from 300-foot extension cords from the barn to our house. Like, this is kind of ridiculous. So we are, yeah, pretty excited that this is happening. And the 220 is in for our freezer. They've got that nice little connection there. So when we get everything connected, we can just run the power right here into the freezer. So I'm pretty stoked on that. And something really interesting, we had a big storm last night, and I didn't, surprisingly enough, I actually slept through it, which I almost never do. Usually anytime we have a big storm, it wakes me up. But when we came out this morning, I noticed that the chicken coop, I'd posted about it before, the chicken coop, hold on, let me get Emma. Come here, Pickle. Go get your sister. The chicken coop that was right here was like moved quite a few feet over. I was surprised at how far it had moved, and Ryan and I were actually a little bit concerned that, you know, it had moved that easy. I knew it was windy. I mean, he had said that it was super windy, but we were a little bit concerned at how much it had moved. Then we're walking to the barn and we notice that the silos literally shifted. Look, this is where they were. Now they're in a whole new spot. It pushed both of these silos over. That's how windy it was. That's crazy. I had no idea it was that windy. See? Is that nuts or what? Anyways, I'm gonna head back in and, yeah, finish up my chores for the evening. So thanks again for following along with us. We'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.